Welcome to another Palafox Computers tutorial. This time we're working on a Galaxy S5, the SM-G900M version. I believe it was Verizon. First up, we're going to make sure we have all our tools. Make sure you have your ISSMB Pry tools. You'll need a heat gun. And in our case, we're going to need to Dremel this corner so that our screen lays flat. That's why it was damaged in the first place. And we have a Dremel here. And we want to have our plastic tools for the edges. First step is we're going to turn it over. Open up the back. There's a little tab on the side right there. Open up the back. Take our plastic tool and open up this little compartment here on the side so we can access our cable. Disconnect it. Might be easier to use a little sesame tool. And disconnect this cable here. There we go. Once we have that, we can now start the removal process of the glass. Here's the new glass. You can set it aside. Make sure you get the one with the full assembly that has an LCD attached to it as well, or it's going to be a very difficult process. So we're going to plug in our heat gun. You want to be careful not to overheat your LCD screen. And it might get a little loud while I do this. In the meantime, I'm going to remove my paper so it doesn't catch fire. And gently heat the outside edge of the device. You don't want to leave it in one spot too long. Even though we're removing the LCD as well, doing so could damage your cables, flex cables at the bottom. Get it nice and hot so that the glue comes apart. And in my case, mine might fall apart due to that being bent in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start up at the top with my pry tool and gently get underneath and slide it underneath. If it falls apart, just take it apart. It's going to probably break apart on you anyway. You just want to be careful not to go too deep, because there are cables attached to this. And you don't want to rip that out the board. There we go. Got a good edge right there. Make sure I'm not too deep. Yeah, that should be good. You gently want to pry it out. I always just like to use a couple of plastic guitar picks. Keep it in place once I have it removed. There we go. Set another one in there. Continue the process all the way along the sides. Let's start on this side now. This one's falling apart pretty nasty. May require heating in the process because it does have a pretty good amount of double-sided tape that glued on. Just about all the way there. Just want to make sure that when you're doing it, you want to get in between and you want to watch that cable there on the side because that's where we're going to disconnect. We don't want to damage that. And then near the bottom, you want to be careful about these ribbons down here. They stay on the board. They do not detach. And a lot of times they're glued to the back of the screen, so we've got to be careful on this bottom part not to tear those. You can see it slightly. There it goes. The home button also will stay attached to your screen. Make sure we're not tearing anything out. Get that home button back out. That's going to stay on our board, so we don't want to detach the home button. Once we have that removed, we want to keep it attached because it does have a ribbon cable attached to it. And we do not want to rip that if we can help it. There we go. My screen is separating from my LCD, but that's alright. Get it all out in just a second. Just want to make sure that these cables are not pulled out and that you don't rip the cable on the bottom here. We're going to reuse that. Alright, and let's get the rest of this LCD off. Be careful not to rip this cable, it is attached to the bottom. There we go. There we go. Now we can take this off. And now we just simply disconnect our cable here. And there we are. Now we just need to clean the outside, any remaining glass that's attached to it. And now you can see why we disconnected this button. It's attached to the home button. So I'm going to add some double-sided tape once we get all this other glass removed and reseat it back in place. And in my case, I'm going to need to Dremel this corner out, because if I don't, we're going to run into the same problem that they had before, and the screen is not going to sit properly. So I'm going to pause the video real quick, grab my Dremel, get some double-sided tape, and I'll be back.